BBC Whooniverse.
You're watching the TGM production.
Welcome to Whovian News. On the 10th of June 2026, both the Doctor Who website and the BBC Press Centre released a statement regarding the future of Doctor Who. Today we're announcing an update on the plans for Doctor Who's future. As part of the BBC securing the next phase of the show's future for generations to come, and in line with the BBC's Charter Agreement requirements, the BBC will put Doctor Who out to competitive tender this year. Doctor Who remains an important part, remember, important part of the BBC, yes. And this tender underpins the BBC's continued commitment to Doctor Who, ensuring audiences will enjoy the show for years to come. After careful consideration, the BBC, Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf have collectively decided not to go ahead with the previously announced Doctor Who Christmas special. This decision was not taken lightly. We know it will be a decision that rather disappointing for fans, but in order to set the show up for future series, it was decided that rather than bridging the gap with one-off special, we are choosing to push forward to invest in the long-term future of the show, which ensures that when the TARDIS lands once more, it does in all its glory. Previously announced new Doctor Who animated series for CBeebies is currently in production. Details of the tender will be announced in due course. The BBC retains all IP in Doctor Who. BBC Studios will continue to lead the global distribution of Doctor Who, as well as licensing customer products, digital and immersive experiences on behalf of the BBC. Now, let's have a look at what the BBC press release says to see if there's any changes to it. Today we've announced an update on plans for the future of Doctor Who as part of securing the next phase of the show's future. Pretty much the same. It says the previously announced new Doctor Who series is currently in production. Yep. Basically, nothing has changed there. Now, Russell T Davies, Bad Wolf, also made a couple of statements yesterday to talk about the future of Doctor Who. They gave their, not just opinion on the matter, but they gave their sort of guarantee on the matter, right? They said everything that they needed to say to help secure the future of our beloved Doctor Who. And I think that it represents that they still care enough to make these statements. From Bad Wolf, it has been a joy and a privilege to have been at the helm of the TARDIS. Alongside the brilliant Russell T Davies, Doctor Who is, and always will be, a show that shines the light into the darkness, and it has been an absolute honour to have been its torchbearer for 26 episodes with the BBC and Disney+. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through time, through space and time, and most of all, thank you to the fans, Alonzi. Then, I can't remember who said this, but another statement reads, It has been a joy and a privilege to have been the helm of the TARDIS alongside the brilliant Russell T Davies. And it's basically the same statement as before. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey throughout space and time, and most of all, thank you to the fans. So let's see what Russell T Davies is up to say. He did represent this with a funky image, but we're not going to show the funky image because we're not in a funky mood, because this is supposed to be a somber occasion. And so, goodbye from me to Doctor Who, but hello to a big new future for the show. As the BBC announced it's putting the show out to tender. As a result, there won't be a Christmas special. We only cooked that up to guarantee a future when no one knew what would happen. Right. I have several questions. When he says, we only cooked that up, what does he mean? So I don't know the lingo, and so I don't know does that mean he was in the kitchen and he was cooking up like a stir fry, and someone said to him, "Are you gonna make a Christmas special?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're gonna do that. We just need to yeah. Are we having a production meeting whilst I'm cooking tea? Yeah. Come on then. Come on, yeah. I'm just cooking on stir fry, yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. But generally I don't know what cooked means other than the food sense. So if anyone can shed that light. I know this is supposed to be a somber occasion, but that is something I'm just not not sure I understand. Anyway, that guaranteed the future when no one knew what would happen. But now we do know. New Doctor Who? But you'll have to wait. Yeah. But now we do know. There's no need for it. You'll have to wait a bit longer for new Doctor Who. But you'll be waiting for more Doctor Who than a one-off. So it's worth it. For the record, there was no scripts, I never wrote it, and no actor was ever approached to play the next Doctor. You may disagree. Fine, sit in that chair and wait to be proven right. You'll wait a long time with 3 ends and then an image of a chair. Now, I'm as excited as anyone to see what comes next. Will they keep the theme tune? Will they lose the blue box? Will they bring back the Darvin? Drahvin. It's all up for grabs, which is so Doctor Who, exciting and unpredictable and new. Here comes the future. Whoop whoop. Or warp warp. VWORP. 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 Then, but you'll see this at the very end. Brad Wolf made an excellent closing film. Now, I like to say, and this is not to be annoyed at anyone, but we need to stop saying it's been cancelled. We need to stop saying it's been ended, right? The Christmas special, yes, that's been cancelled, right? You can't say, oh no, Doctor Who's been cancelled. So, yesterday there was a couple of videos. These people I do respect in the Whooniverse community. In the Whotuber community. I respect these people. But, saying that it's ended, saying that it's been cancelled, saying it's all been this, is false. First of all, Doctor Who's been put out to tender like Casualty was. So it's trying to get a new partner. It's not been cancelled. They're just looking. They're not doing any of it right now. Yes, the Christmas special's been cancelled, but when you say something's been cancelled, only say the Christmas special's been cancelled. Doctor Who's been cancelled. It hasn't. The Christmas special's been cancelled. Make it clear. When you say it's been axed, it's over. Oh no! It's not. They put it out to tender. Yes, it might take 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Who knows how long it'll take. It didn't take that long to get tender, to get a new production partner for Casualty when they put it out to tender. So, who knows? But it's not cancelled. It's not over. It's in this next phase, right? So that's all I'm saying. We've still got Big Finish. We've still got the comic books. We've still got the books itself. We've still got the collection box sets. We've still got all this, that, and the other, right? There is still enough Who to go round. So I just think we all need to take it down a notch. Now, my opinion, when I first heard this, I think I was a little bit, I would say, shocked. I was trying to think of what you could, because it was like this. It was that, right? And it's like, wait, what? Hang on a second. You telling me, what? But then when I read the word, it's gone out to tender, I'm like, okay. I'm a lot more, what's the word, relieved at that point. I'm a lot more sort of, whew, because it means Doctor Who's saved, Doctor Who's going nowhere, it's just gone out to tender, which means it's just been finding another production partner because Disney Plus withdrawn. Hopefully someone picks it up soon, yes. But I do think it's not a negative. It's a sort of middle ground. It's like a nomad. I'm trying to think of the word now. It's in the middle, right? You've got two opposing sides. It's in the middle. So I think that it's, yes, I'm disappointed. Yes, I'm gutted we're not going to get anything Christmas. Now I'm curious to know what they're going to put in that slot instead. I was trying to think of what show can they bring back, and there's nothing I can think of. So hopefully we find out more about the tender toward the end of the year. But I do think this is quite negative. This is, I wouldn't say it's the wilderness year until we could always say this is the wilderness year 2 if by 2028 we still haven't got any Doctor on TV. Then you could call it the wilderness years 2, Electric Boogaloo is what people are calling it, because in 2016 we had no TV Who. We had a spin-off, but we had no TV Who. I do think they could have waited to put the spin-off until this year so that we had something Who. I do think they could have done that now on hindsight, now thinking about the news we've just had, now looking forward at it. But overall, I think personally that it'll be good for the show, so it'll have fresh blood. It'll be good for, I think, the Russell T Davies, because I do think that there's been mixed reviews on RTD2, right? So I think that him stepping away and Bad Wolf stepping away would help just let him go, right, give it a breather, and he might come back in the future to write an episode, right? I wouldn't mind him coming back to write an episode in the future. I just think that he needs to step away from that now. He understands that, and he probably sort of can see that that's probably the right thing to do, because he's having really success with his other TV shows such as Tiptoe and turning It's a Sin into a dance show. He is doing quite well on that front. Now, the other thing is, and I've seen this dotted about on the internet, and I think it's a good idea if Bad Wolf withdraw from the show, but keep the studio available for Doctor Who production. So any production company, anyone that's doing Doctor Who can come in, use that set. It's like, so it's just hiring out the studio. It's like at Doc 10, different production companies hire out the different studios so that different TV shows can film in that. And I think that's what Bad Wolf should do. Just like to be like a landlord, get a fee and go, right, yes, you can use our space, you can use our facilities, and you can use our set, but it costs X amount, and hopefully that will keep jobs going in Wales. Hopefully when Doctor Who returns, Unleash comes back as well. I'm not too sure whether Unleash would come back, but hopefully it does. Overall, I'm disappointed at the news, but I can see a glimmer of hope within that. So I'd like to say thanks for watching This has been Whovian News. Ironically, probably the wrong word to use, this is the final episode in this current series of Whovian News. So, Doctor Who is going out to tender on a rest for a while. This is the end of Whovian News until more news. So, more news, it could be like more news to do with the upcoming multi-platform event starring Joe Martin as the fugitive Doctor, or it could be Big Finish news. There will be. Whovian News isn't going anywhere. It's just this is going to be the last major. But we will have more Doctor Who coming soon, right? Everyone say, "Oh, we're gonna know more Doctor Who." The CBeebies show, which I think is coming out next year. We're gonna have more Doctor Who then. We're gonna have children's Doctor Who. We're gonna have CBeebies Doctor Who, and whoever is playing the Doctor then, I think what the BBC should do is they should hire the cast for the CBeebies lot, get someone who looks like they could play the Doctor, acts like they could play the Doctor, but audition them as if they were the Doctor in Main Who. Then say, well, can you do children's TV? Then they'll... Then, when you have that series on, and then when it comes back to TV, then the actor can just switch over to Main Who and be the Doctor. I think that's what we should do. Because everyone's like, oh no, no Doctor Who, no Doctor Who. But we all forget. We've got more Doctor Who coming next year. I think next year, either next year or 2028. It's one of the two. Because it is the CBeebies show. It's in production now, so I think that probably, let's say June, July of next year or 2028 will be when the show goes out. But that'll be new Doctor Who. It'll be CBeebies Doctor Who, it'll be children's Doctor Who, right? But it'll still be Doctor Who nonetheless. So us fans that might not be the right target audience will still be able to get Doctor Who because we're going to watch it regardless, aren't we? So, until we find out more about the CBeebies Doctor Who, that's it for now. Bye! Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.